Good morning. How are you doing? A bit sick, but it's okay, nothing serious. Thank you. Okay. So thank you for sending me a summary. And today we will talk a bit more about paraphrasing and summary, because the first part of your research, master's research, it's almost, and the paraphrasing and summary of the literature which has been done before. Just a second, looking for, okay. So, I prepared a handout with the information about paraphrasing, some tips for paraphrasing, and some examples, and after that we'll do some we'll paraphrase, yes, some sentences to practice. Can you see the screen? Okay. So paraphrasing means putting someone else's ideas into your own words. Why do you think we need to do it? To put someone's idea into our own words? What's the reason? And avoid what? Do you remember from the previous lesson? We talked about plagiarism, right? So to avoid plagiarism, we have to paraphrase what has been turned in our own words, and in this way we will show also our understanding of the context, yeah? And also we need paraphrasing because we can't copy the whole, for example, article or the whole thesis. We should also take the part which is suitable for our work, right? And to express our own position or maybe opinion about this part, and present this material from our point of view. Okay, and correct paraphrasing, you see, only included information that relevant to our argument. Also, it should be shorter than the original text. It's better to introduce the information with this, for example, starting phrases like scientists consider, scientists believe, and continue their point of view. Also, key terms must be like, expressed here. And we shouldn't change their meaning. If we want to use the term, it would be better to take it the same way as it presented, because it's a term, we can't change the meaning. And we should, of course, give the resource where we took it. Also, what is useful about paraphrasing, we should structure sentences in our own way, but not to copy the structure the way which was given in the original text. and start from a different point, presented information in different order. It will help us to avoid plagiarism, right? And here is the example of correct paraphrasing, the source text and paraphrased text. Could you read it on your own? Sorry. Okay, have you read? So if you compare these two texts, what did you notice? What's the difference? Can you name the difference? Right. So it's like a shorter conclusion, yeah, or summarizing of the information given on, in my case, on the left, and in, I don't know, in your case, yeah. So, and it's obligatory to speak to mention the author, yeah, of this information. Also, as you see, it's except it's shorter, it also the structure is different, yeah, in comparison with the source text. The structure is different, and it's summing up of the information which the researcher has read from the source text. Okay, let's move on. Of course, if you paraphrase the text, you need to ensure you credit the original author, right? And you have to citate this author, and we have several styles of citation. So in your research, which style do you use for citation? International style APA or our Ukrainian standard like DSTU? Standard. So Ukrainian standard also has several types of citations because it depends on the if it is article on the journal. If it is research, it depends on the body in commission which style to use, like requirement for citations. Yeah, sometimes it could be this way, like the first number is the source, and like this. Yeah, the second number is the page, or it could be comma, and letter P. Oh, sorry, I have Ukrainian language. So, and letter P expressing that it's page, or in our Ukrainian language, it's letter S, right? Expressing the page where you cited this paragraph or this sentence or the definition of the term. So take into account that you have to follow the requirements of the Commission Board, and maybe you've got the methodological recommendations, yeah, for this. And in your bachelor's research, which way you cite it? Mm-hmm. And the literature should be in alphabetic order or in order how it appears in the text. Mm-hmm. It might be both ways, yeah, doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Okay, and do you have you used letters S for page or just only numbers? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay, only the number of the source, yeah, in your reference list without pages, yeah, no pages needed. Of course, if it is, if it is electronic resource, yeah, or internet resource, we don't need to use the numbers of pages, but it is, if it is printed source, so it's better to use the page where you took this information. And anyway, despite paraphrasing, which is widely used in our first part of the research, sometimes we need to use quoting word by word, yeah, in our research. As I already mentioned, it might be, for example, the definition of the term used by the author, or created even by the author, or invented by the author. So in this way, we don't need to paraphrase his words and just can cite it the way it is used in original text. Also, yeah, and also quotes are appropriate when, you see, yeah, given a precise definition, saying something about the author's language or style if it is important, yeah, to follow. Providing evidence in support of an argument, and critiquing or analyzing a specific claim. So in these cases, we can use quotes. Otherwise, it's better to paraphrase the sentences. Or there are parts of the text which is useful for your research. And here is, I've got, okay, let it be 2 sentences. The first one about cloud computing. So read these sentences and try to present your paraphrasing. So take into account that it should be a shorter text, yeah. It should include only the main information, and it should be presented in your own way, with your own thoughts. So will you try? Okay. If you're written on your device, yeah, you can send it, or you can read it as you wish. But about artificial intelligence, the whole text is here. The whole part on the paragraph, this one. No. It's about AI, right? But you could see only only this part, right? And this part. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's analyze your first paraphrasing, yeah? In the realm of cloud computing, virtualization refers to the process of creating a virtual environments for storage devices and server operating systems. This technique enables users to utilize multiple machines while sharing a single physical instance or resource across a network that includes other users and their respective machines. Cloud virtualization revolutionizes traditional computing computing approaches by making workloads management more efficient, cost effective, and easily scalable. Okay. But their volume is the same as the source text, right? Okay, and so let's analyze which information is really important and highlight the keywords which are necessary to use in our paraphrasing obligatory. So how many keywords can you mention about this paragraph? Okay. Virtual, virtual, this mhm. Virtualization, right? Mm-hmm. 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 Also, mm-hmm. I think, and I think network, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, okay, taking into account that these words should be used in our paraphrasing obligatory, yeah. And can you give the suggestions for the synonym to replace with more efficient, to replace with the synonym, not to repeat the source. Yeah, could be effective. Productive also, yeah, maybe. Yeah, effective, productive. Okay, so and replacing with the synonymic words, we can easily avoid plagiarism and like express in our own words. Okay, so and the second text, I think compassionate environment can be achieved through the implementation of artificial intelligence. Programming tests a person's ability to minimize the intricacy of computer software while AI challenges human capabilities in teaching machines to miming human behavior. The process of machine adopting human-like learning patterns can be. Okay. So, can be invoked only if machines are exposed to the world as humans, allowing machines to perceive and train them to predict is defined with AI, while coding believes in building the computer system. So can you finish the second one? Because there are two more sentences. Okay, So a truly compassionate environment can be achieved through the implementation of artificial intelligence. Programming tests a person's ability to minimize the intricacy of computer software, while AI challenges human capabilities in teaching machine to mimic human behavior. The process of machines adopting human-like learning patterns can be initiated if machines experience the world's similarity to humans. Enabling machines to perceive and teaching them to anticipate outcomes are associated with AI, whereas programming focuses on constructing computer systems. Okay, and what are the keywords here in this passage? They are and coding, yeah. Okay. Coding, I can't find coding. Yes, and in the end, yeah. Okay, so keywords are here, and have you used them? AI. Machine learning teaching machine. Okay, it's paraphrasing, but the meaning is not changed here. Also, computer systems, yeah, you have used, and coding. You replaced it with another word. But in this sentence, programming tests a person's ability. Like programming is a wider term than coding, right? Can it replace meaning? So it's important when we replace the word that it shouldn't, the keywords, yeah, that they shouldn't change the meaning of the context. So, and in our case, teaching machines like machine learning, yeah, it hasn't changed the content, and programming tests, okay, it's a bit wider, but the context is almost the same, yeah? A person's programming tests a person's ability, okay, instead of coding, yeah? Okay, and computer system and AI you used without changes. Well done. Okay, and the last short, very short paragraph. How to say it in one short sentence? how to say it in one shot. So read the sentence. It's only one sentence here, but how to say it like in summarizing sentence, and it should be short. This sentence, this third one, yeah, it's only one sentence. It's only one sentence, okay? So, and we have to make it shorter twice, but to say the main idea of the sentence. Mhm, mhm. Okay, so I think that mm, the key words, of course, here that students, yeah, it's a subject, then coding game, it's an object, and influence, live, yeah. Okay, and to say in simple words, we can say that this study expresses the effectiveness of coding game to impact students' motivation by specific related game features. Can this simple sentence express the meaning of their the meaning of the whole sentence. Mm-hmm. 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 Great. Mm-hmm. So they're synonym to the word influence. I used impact. Yeah, the effectiveness, it's like instead of students' intention, yeah, of coding games to impact students' motivation, like not intention, but motivation. By specific related game features. Mm. I think this short sentence expresses the main idea of wider sentence. Okay, and paraphrasing via summarizing. So what's the main difference? How do you think? Before reading the information. So paraphrasing vs summarizing, sorry. So what's the main difference between them? Mm-hmm. Okay, paraphrasing, in paraphrasing, we use the same content. We have to express the same idea, but with our own words. And the volume of paraphrased sentences almost a bit shorter, but almost the same as the original text. Yeah, the length. But if we speak about summarizing, it's much more shorter than the original text. Because summarizing, we use longer texts. For example, if we have the whole book, yeah, devoted to our investigation or our research, but we can't retell, yeah, the whole book. So we choose the necessary information, the most important information, first of all, and after that, in a short way, like concluding, yeah, we express the main ideas of this book, not the whole context, but the main ideas. So, and that is summarizing. How do you think, what should be percentage of summarized text out of the original text? So the percentage or in percentage comparison, yeah? What is the percentage of the original text should be in summary? Mhm. Can't be zero because if you need to tell the main idea of the, for example, book or the article, yeah, So it can't be 0%. It can be maybe 10%, but not zero. But the most appropriate, the amount of summary should be 30% of the original text. Like it's a standard, but yeah, it could be a bit longer, it could be a bit shorter, but in this in this distance, we should follow the recommendations. So, and if you see, yeah, the summary is quite short, but of course it should include word. It should the source, yeah. And conclusion. So it should be mentioned. This one, what is it? I think it's an author. Yeah. His name, if we know also the year of publication, yeah, and the main idea of the passage we need to summarize. So, concluding, summarizing involves the most important ideas in comparison with the paraphrasing, because we can paraphrase the whole paragraph, for example. Also, it should be a short version of the original text and approximately in the range of 30% of the original text. How the procedure of summarizing, how to simplify your work. So we have to divide the text into logical parts, highlight the main idea of each part, point out the keywords, and plan your future text by, of course, include the introduction, body, and conclusion. Should be even in 3 sentences, should be followed by the logical order of their thoughts. And we should avoid interpreting or evaluating the author's opinion. We have discussed it previous time, yeah, and the structure of summarizing text. Introduction, it will be the name of the article and the author, yeah, where we took the source and the year. Then the main body, it's about Dell computers and claims that Dell's low cost, direct sales strategy, and high quality standards. And the conclusion that it gives enormous success. Yeah, very short sentence, but include all 3 parts. For introduction phrases, we can use this vocabulary, if the text is wider than 1 sentence, we can say at the beginning, and then continue with the arguments. Also, we can use the phrases like begins, but it introduces, explains, pointed out, describes, emphasizes, and so on, depending on the context, yeah? And argument, argumentation. So it's the main body, yeah, and strong argument. If the author is sure in his thoughts and in his research, we can use strong arguments. We can see that he is sure, he has no doubts, and argue, claim, contend, maintain, insist even, yeah? Neutral argument, just statements, yeah? We can say state, discuss, illustrate, or observe if it is like a review of something. Counter argument, if so against others, yeah, sometimes the article involves counter arguments like what was investigated or what was researched before the author wanted to argue against. So we can also use these words to describe his position, not our own, but his, yeah. Also suggestion, if the author is not sure about his conclusion but has only suggestions, so we can use suggest or recommend. And if the author criticizes this someone, we can use also the same word with the same meaning. Then after that, if continuation is needed in the article, and in conclusion, we say in conclusion the author, the article ends with at the end of the article. And now I propose you to open your summary, which you sent me, and following this recommendation, analyze your summary on your own and say what recommendations you followed, and maybe what something you wanna change in your summary. So which does your summary meet the requirements and recommendations from the information given? So you have sent me the summary of the text or not yet? It was not your summary, sorry. Just a second. Who has sent me the summary? It was Kostya Pilau. Okay, then I will share with you if it would be more interesting, rather. So I will share with you his summary of the article, and here we have the source article, the link to the source article. Could you please open the link of the source article? Could you please compare his volume of the summary with the whole text? And also, according to the structure, does he follow the necessary requirements for this, for the summary? Okay, let's analyze his summary from the requirements we have just discussed. Okay. Assess this summary according to the requirements. So what about the length of the summary? Does it meet the requirements that it should be approximately 30% of the original text? But could you see that we've got here the source original text, understanding neural network, a beginner's guide. Yeah, we can scroll there, follow the link, scroll, and see the volume of the original text. And it seems to me that more or less it has probably maybe not 30. So how many paragraphs do we have in the original text? 1, 2, 3, 4. 25, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's in our recommended range, yeah? It's okay. Mm-hmm. What about the structure? What about the structure? In more details. Uh, does it have useful introduction phrase? Comprehensive article. But the article begins, but better to use with, not by. Begins with, yeah? Okay, their own preposition, but anyway, it is introductory phrase, yeah? Begins with the introduction of the concept of perception, should be correctly grammatically, yes? But anyway, it has, yeah, the introduction phrase. Okay, continuation phrases do we have here? Yeah, in addition, the article also includes, yeah. Okay, and do we have the conclusion? Yeah, overall, the article provides. Okay, and what is important for summarizing, that we shouldn't express our own point of view. Does he give his own point of view on the context? Denise, yeah. Oh no, Kostya. Kostya. Does he give his own point of view? Yeah, neutral form. Yeah, just giving the provided information. Yeah, in a short way. Okay, so what can we conclude about his article? How can we assess it? Oh, not article, about his summary, sorry. How can we assess it? Does it meet all the requirements to the summary? Yeah. Right. So we, in summary, we can't use if we write a review, for example, yeah, then we should express our own opinion in review, because here we can agree or disagree with the author if we have our own evidences or argument. But if it is summary, it just pointing out the main points of the article, but no our opinion should be expressed. Yeah. So that is why we can summarize, or we can conclude that this summary, this work meets the requirements for the summary. Yeah. Am I right? Okay, and if we assess his work out of 10, so what is our mark? 9, because of some grammar, yeah, of some grammar um, issues. should be begin with or something like that, yeah, or and after with we should use not gerund but noun. Also, the author is not mentioned and the year is not mentioned. So, but I think that it's also important because in this way we know how the information is up to date. Yeah. The name of the author. The Understanding Neural Network, a Beginner's Guide. The real reference, yes. But look, in the introduction part, it is very valuable to use the name of the author and the year of the publication. For those who are reading your summary, understand whether this information is the newest, the latest, or not. So that is why I think in the summary itself, it's better to use, if we don't know the name of the author, okay, we can at least give the information about the year of this research, and this year is 2017. So if we open the resource, we can see that it's June 8, 2017. At least after the name of the article, it would be useful to use the year of the article for the researchers and readers to understand how new the information is. Because you know, especially in the field of computer technologies and information technologies, so we've got a very fast development, right? And it's very valuable. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the call. Okay, so and we've got here a short text about artificial intelligence, and to summarize this text, if it is 30% of this text, how many sentences should it be? And not long, yeah? 2 or 3 short sentences. Okay. But following the instruction, divide the text into logical parts, highlight the main ideas of each part, and read. Okay, plan your future text, introduction, body, and conclusion, and avoid interpreting or evaluating the author's opinion. Yeah. Of course, use paraphrasing, but shorten your information. So let's try, first of all, read the whole text, divide into 3 logical or 2 logical parts, and find keywords. Okay, will you read it, please? Have you read? Okay, can you please then tell me where you think the first part of their text, first logical part? This one, yeah, this one. It seems to me that we can divide into this text into 2 main parts, including pros and cons of AI, where the pros are finishing. I think that one more sentence is included. The potential, like forecasting. So these are this part are the advantages of AI, right? And this small part concerns or drawbacks of AI. Yep. So if we divide these 2 parts, it will be easier to say not to miss necessary information, yes, and to conclude from these 2 parts. So pros, speaking about pros, and speaking about cons. Yeah. As we don't know the author, the name of the article, their year of this publication. So we can just only give a short description of the information given. That is why dividing this text into 2 parts, it's easier for us not to avoid necessary information Also, it would be useful to recognize the keywords. Yeah, also will help us to provide the reader with the information in full. Okay, the keywords of the first part. Let's suggest what are they? Human intelligence. Yes, not necessary. Autonomous vehicles, it's like an example, one of, yeah. So machine learning algorithms, yeah. Okay. I think analyze data also is important. Analyze data, yeah. And perform tasks. Okay. So, and in the second part of this text, what are the keywords? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So AI, dog potential, about privacy, ethical implication. I think also ethical implication and potential risk. Okay, what else? I think this one, make decisions concerns about what? That we can't have advantage over this AI, yeah? And it can work independently. The main concern of the scientists. Okay, so having two parts, having keywords, would it be easier for us to summarize information in 2 or 3 sentences? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try to do it. Oh, by the way, I don't know about my light schedule, so it might be okay, but it might be 12, 12 p.m. It might disappear. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I have seen your for those students who had to do some amendments, I have sent them my resolution. And for those students who has no remarks and everything is okay, I haven't sent any resolutions because I'm waiting for all the students' works, and after that I will announce the assessment. So in your part, it's a perfect job. because you understood correctly all the columns and you provided with the correct information, because some students misunderstood the meaning of collocations. So they used in this part, they use synonymic words. But collocations means the group of words with the same term, yeah, where it can be used in different contexts. So it's a group of words or word combination with the same term, which is provided for definition, for description, for translation. So you did it correctly. Because in most cases, the problem is with collocations, but not in your case. Okay, so artificial intelligence, fastly developing field, yeah? Requiring or demanding human intelligence to understand natural language and make decisions. It is used in different fields, wide variety of fields, yeah? Also, we can say it is progressively used and it is effectively used. So it means that it has positive impact, right? And but anyway, we've got some worries about the influence of AI on ethical implication and independent decision making. Which we have to consider and balance to avoid potential risks. So this is my summary. AI involves developing systems for human-like tasks and uses machine learning for continuous improvement. With various applications, it raises concerns about employment, privacy, and ethics, requiring a balance of benefits and risks. Wow. So perfect summary. Well done. Okay. For summarizing a longer text, I think it won't be enough time, but just let's read it. If no unexpected turns with the light, okay, let's read this text and just not summarizing, but just tell me the main idea of the text. Or I will scroll for you to be more convenient. Just read the text and tell the main idea of the text, okay? Not summarizing because of lack of time. Oh, sorry. I forgot to turn on my microphone. So the main idea of this text, if it is argumentation, which type of argumentation is used there? Counter argument and criticism, yeah? Okay, so what the author wanted to warn us about. Mhm, 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 Okay. Does he provide us with evidences of these hackers attacks and fraud? Does he provide us with evidences, факты? Mhm, But look, article entitled Tratata, yes, was published. It's an evidence. Це вже факт, да? Тобто написали статтю, що криміналісти почали використовувати чат GPT. And three concrete examples of cyber criminals using ChatGPT found here, CPR found. So these are evidences. In this case, we can conclude that the author provided evidences of his concerns. Yeah. Okay, but if we open this, for example, article, maybe in this research we can find more argumented evidences with the examples. And anyway, so what should we do to prevent such misunderstandings and such things, such issues? What can we do to prevent it? Yeah, such issues mentioned in this article. Mhm, 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 mhm. Okay, I see. Okay, thank you very much. So luckily, I haven't got blackout, so we had the opportunity to finish our lesson, and so the task left the same, to find the article, and if you haven't written yet the summary of the article, which is useful for your research. So please do it and send me in Telegram message. Okay. Thank you very much. And see you next week. Bye bye.